Hello and welcome back to All About Community. When we went to break, I was talking with Nichelle Holmes, who is the president of the Charles Houston Bar Association. And I got carried away a little bit about Charles Hamilton Houston, who said that a lawyer is either a social engineer or a parasite on society. Speaking of social engineers, let me ask you about Proposition 209. You remember Proposition 209, which repealed affirmative action here in California and really had a devastating impact on the admissions of law students and other students, as well as government contracts, etc. It was just a horrible, and it still is, a horrible situation. Now we have on the ballot a proposition called Proposition 16, which would repeal Proposition 209. Any thoughts or feeling on that?
Well, when Proposition 209 was an initiative or whatever, Charles Houston at that time came out against that and advocated against that. We lost that battle, obviously. So now Charles Houston again is taking up the fight to get Proposition 16 passed. We had a meeting about it last night. Our Racial Justice Task Force has a legislative committee, and that is the very first thing that is one of the initiatives that we are pushing. We are backing it both financially as well as having our members go out to raise awareness about it, to educate our members about it, to do a letter writing campaign. And so we're ramping up to be very actively involved in the push to get Proposition 16.
And I assume you'll have a number of Charles Houston Bar Association lawyers who will be advocates speaking to various groups, etc.
Exactly. And I believe that the Bar Association of San Francisco, Yolanda Jackson, who's also one of our members, is also in the forefront of that fight, and Eva Patterson. And so we hope to work very closely with them to lead that fight.
I know we touched on this a few minutes ago when we talked about the importance of lawyers engaging in pro bono work. Do we have, in Charles Houston Bar Association, an active component of encouraging lawyers to engage in pro bono work? And you can explain what pro bono work means.
Well, yeah, pro bono work obviously means legal services at no charge. As I said, we do have a group of lawyers who are engaging in pro bono work as we speak. We do provide referrals. We have a directory on our website, and we always encourage people to go out in the community. We do teach the Know Your Rights. We've done 3 this week already. So our lawyers are always available to do work. And sometimes it's pro bono, sometimes it's not. We don't have a pro bono program, but that's definitely something that, given this current climate, that we need to implement.
Oh, well, that's good. Let me ask you about, you indicated earlier about Charles Houston being an affiliate of the National Bar Association. I understand that 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 members of Charles Houston have been former presidents of the National Bar Association. Of course, I was the first. But how important is it for the Charles Houston Bar Association to become known nationally for its work?
Well, I think it's very important. The issues that we face here in California are the same issues that are national. And so we do our best to work with the NBA, participate in the conventions. We have a lot of our members who campaign and run for office. And so I think it's very important to stay active nationally, as our issues are the same issues that occur in the country. And so to have the national support, like I am currently working with C.K. Hoffler to on the initiative to get the California.
And she's the president, newly installed president of the National Bar.
Is the newly installed president, and she is coming out in support of the California State Bar changing ethic rules to prohibit DAs from taking contributions from Police Officers Association. And Georgia has the same initiative. They're fighting to get that changed in their state bar as well. So a lot of our issues are common to across the world. So it's very important to have national support. They want support of California as well. You know, we have the tech industry here. They've done a lot in our community as far as raising awareness about the racial inequalities. So we think that relationship is very important.
And what about voter protection? I understand there's a national endeavor there.
There is a national endeavor for voter protection, and Charles Houston is also working with the National Bar Association on the census awareness. We were one of the lead affiliates to work on that initiative as well, and we will also be partnering with her on the voter protection.
Well, I suppose with this current man in the White House that voter protection is very, very important because he really intends to, and I make this very clear, steal the election. The man is a scumbag. That is, that person in the White House. What's his name? Trump, whatever his name is. He's a scumbag. Don't get me excited about it. I get carried away with that. Anything else on voter protection?
I think this November will, this is like life or death situation. And I think it is, if you never voted before, now is the time to vote.
Life or death.
Life or death.
Life or death is so important. And it really is going to depend upon us to get to the polls and vote. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. And I'm speaking with Nichelle Holmes, President of the Charles Houston Bar Association.